Everybody, it's so good to see you. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. Today we're going to be talking about 2022, how you can leverage, how you can take advantage of everything that's coming. If you've been paying attention to our show, paying attention to me, Professor Nez, and my brand, you know that one of the things I advocate all the time is early adoption. Early adoption allows you to earn more, grow faster, and stress less. So if you're looking, and wondering, how can I leverage? Where do I even start? What are the latest innovations? What do I need to pay attention to? You're in the right place, and you just really shouldn't go anywhere. So make sure you come on back. Welcome, one and all. We're getting down to the last couple of shows of 2021. Season 5 is coming to a wrap. It is so awesome to see you guys. If you're new to who I am Professor Nez. I am your ambassador to the internet, making the internet your friend. This is where everything is happening. Relevancy, currency, adoption of all the latest innovations and trends. I am your ambassador to the creator economy, hoping to inspire you to grow your impact and your income online. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. We go live every single week, and this show is brought to you by the good folks over at StreamYard. StreamYard is the #1 live streaming platform on planet Earth. I've conducted over 1,000 broadcasts. I've been in the live streaming game since 1575. Did I just date myself? Guys, I've tried them all. I've tried every single third-party encoder, app, browser-based, non-browser-based. I've pretty much tried them all. And there's nothing, guys, there's absolutely nothing that comes close to the professionalism, the user-friendlyism, the ability to just literally go live without having to download anything. And if you're interested, and if you've been paying attention to us, live streaming takes your brand, your business to the next level, and it's going to be even bigger in 2022. You can go right now and try it out for free. And with my link, you don't even have to put in a credit card. There is a link in the description. If you want to go try the best live streaming platform on planet Earth, make sure you go check out StreamYard. Let's see who's here. We want to thank StreamYard for sponsoring us. Hey, Brendan Sparks, long time no see. Good to see you, brother. Mr. Camera Junkie is in the house. We got the best mods in Nez Nation, pretty much in internet history. Abdullah, good to see you. I want to say a big welcome to Thank S. I believe that's Tammy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Congratulations on being a new member of the Nez Nation family. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I'm really going to be taking the memberships to a whole new level in 2022, basically giving you free coaching. I mean, it essentially is free coaching, where I'm going to be doing group coaching, private live streams, helping you take your business, your brand, your channels to the next level. My consultations, cost thousands of dollars. I've helped companies, organizations, professionals earn millions and millions of dollars over the last 2 decades. And I can help you too. And I've decided to start a membership not that long ago because I wanted to give back, because I wanted to help. This channel is all about helping you earn more, grow faster, and stress less, making the internet your friend, befriending the creator economy. So thank you so much, Tammy. We got so many big things planned for you. Make sure you share this out, because sharing is caring. And I would really, really appreciate it if you could share this out. Let's get as many people in here as we can. We're going to be talking today about the biggest world-changing ideas. Let's get you prepared for 2022. The creator economy is flourishing. There's never been this many opportunities to earn more, grow faster, live life on your own terms. We've got so much to talk about. I want to also give a big shout out. Our last show, I got your emails, I got your DMs. The response from last week's show, let me bring up the thumbnail. We talked about the reality of growing on YouTube in 2022. What you see right now on the screen is the thumbnail for that show. I would highly recommend, it's a podcast episode now as well. Those of you that don't know, we do have a podcast, professornez.com/podcast. Go check it out. We're on Spotify, Apple, pretty much everywhere. But I got your emails. I got your messages. And I'm just so excited. I'm so blown away at all the responses from last week's show. I mean, it was a really in-depth analysis, no BS. The truth about taking your YouTube channel to the next level in 2022. I started a brand new channel with my wife, in January of this year, and it's already a full-time business, over 2.5 million views. We're about to cross 3 million views. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I think I know a thing or two of what it takes, and I was sick and tired, of just, and I don't want to make this a negative thing, but I was just really bummed, maybe is the better word, at all the advice that I kept hearing out there. All the master classes and tips and strategies that I just didn't feel were cutting through and getting to the core of what it takes. So thank you so much for your messages. I can't wait to come back to that show maybe 2-3 years down the line and hear how it's taken your channel to the next level, and more to come in 2022. So make sure you share this out. I would really, really appreciate it. Let's get right into it. By the way, if you have questions, Wisco Ted, good to see you. Anthony, my man, Anthony in the house, good to see you. Here's the beautiful thing about the Nez Nation family. You don't just get me, who's been doing this for over 2 decades. You don't just get me, who's a full-time content creator, who's got multiple revenue streams, who's got multiple online businesses. You get this amazing group of individuals. Good to see you, John Chapman. You get this amazing group of professionals, executives. We're live on LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Amazon. You get the best of the best when you come to Nez Nation. So I want you, if you have any questions, just drop a hashtag Nez Nation and then your question following that. Replay viewers, make sure you leave your question. If you're watching this on the replay, I love you guys. Make sure you leave your question in the comments. I respond to all the questions personally. Lighthouse, good to see you. Lighthouse says, Nez Nation has been long here. That's absolutely correct. Great to see you. Sharkfin Tech in the house. Look at that. Great to see you, Sharkfin Tech. You see what I mean, guys? You don't just get me. You get these amazing content creators. You get these amazing business owners. You get these amazing professionals. So I would advise you, if you don't want to miss anything, if you don't want to ever miss out on contests, giveaways, brand new shows, brand new videos, all the resources you need to make the internet your friend so you can earn more, grow faster, and stress less, you got to become a Nez Nation insider. Go to professornez.com/insider, and you'll never miss a thing. You become a VIP member and you'll always be notified, because sometimes you guys subscribe or you follow. These platforms are fickle. Algorithms change. You don't always get notified. By becoming an insider, it's absolutely free, by the way. It's free. I mean, did I fail to mention that? It's absolutely free. Holy macadamia nut. Make sure you go become an insider right now. I do not bombard your email. I'm very, very respectful of your inbox. So go become an insider right now. And so I want to jump into it. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, one more housekeeping. Podcast listeners, if you're not here live and you're listening to this after the fact, there is a questionnaire form in the show notes. I would love it if you could fill that out if you have any questions. Again, I will answer your questions live on the air in the next program. So if you are a replay viewer, leave your questions in the comments or anything. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the show. Podcast listeners, I know you're not listening to this live or watching it live. There's a questionnaire form. If you're like, Nez, I have a question about these world-changing ideas. I have a question about the creator economy. I have a question about online businesses. I have a question about YouTube. Leave them, or LinkedIn or Facebook or anything. Leave them in that questionnaire form in the show notes on the podcast. Okay. The title of today's show. How much do you guys love my thumbnail? Tell me that thumbnail is not phenomenal. I designed that myself. I'm laughing because obviously I didn't design the background image, but I did pay for it and I'm really proud of it. And I do like this thumbnail. We're talking about the top 10 world-changing ideas that you need to pay attention to, that you need to leverage in 2022. If you want to earn more, grow faster, and stress less, you want to boost your income, you're sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you're sick and tired of hearing about these amazing opportunities everywhere. How do I jump on these ideas? I'm going to give you the top 10, and we're really going to have a great discussion. We also have a special guest, one of our very own Nez Nation members, who's going to come in and talk about number 2, actually number 3. But let's just jump into it. Who's ready? Give me a hashtag yeah. Who's ready for the first top 10? And they're not in any, I'll be honest with you, they're not in any order chronologically, best to last or first to last. There's so many innovations. So you want to become an inditer and make sure you follow and subscribe so you don't miss anything. But these are the top 10 I feel that you need to really pay attention to. And I want you to do this. I should open and preface with this. Every idea and world-changing component that I'm going to mention, I want you to think, how can I leverage this? How can I create maybe a brand, a business? How can I become the most important? How can I become an early adopter? There's nothing more powerful than early adoption. I am an early adopter of live streaming on the internet, especially in social media. I'm one of the first people who got the LinkedIn Live beta program. I'm one of the first people who started a Facebook Live talk show. I'm one of the first people who went live in Periscope when it was Periscope. Early adoption is key. Having 1,000 broadcasts under my belt, I'm able to leverage this powerful tool, increase my income, increase my impact. It starts with impact. You cannot boost your income if you don't increase your impact first. It starts with human beings. You got to make it all about them. The most important thing, it's all about them. So number one of the top 10 ideas that you need to pay attention to, let's jump right into it. Holy macadamian nut. It shouldn't be any surprise if you're not leveraging vertical 9x16 video in 2022, you're missing out on really the most powerful way to build your brand, your content, your personal brand, your business, and your reputation online today. You know, TikTok, I think, is going to be the biggest social media platform on planet Earth. Lives are being changed with TikTok. And I think TikTok is going to be even bigger. I think they passed some crazy milestones, 2 billion active users a month, something crazy. It's not going to be Facebook. It's not going to be YouTube. It's not going to be Snapchat. It's definitely not going to be Twitter. It's not going to be LinkedIn. It's not going to be even Instagram. The number one social media platform in 2022 where you can get absolutely insane organic reach. And actually, I have a lot of clients who are doing paid traffic on TikTok. It's going to be TikTok. That's the number one platform in 2022. How does that relate to you? Think about how you can create bite-size, snackable, 60 seconds or less, 3 minutes or less content in a vertical fashion. This guy right here. How can you leverage? We did an entire stream in 2021 on vertical video. It's going to be even bigger in 2022. Neil Mohan, who is the chief product officer over at YouTube, had an interview recently where he said, we are going all in basically on YouTube Shorts. I mean, he used a lot of fancy diplomatic business vernacular, but essentially he said, because of TikTok, we're going all in on Shorts. Instagram Reels started in 2020, really picked up steam in 2021. I remember the day Instagram Reels came out in the summer of 2020 because I was on vacation with my family and I did a stupid reel. I did a ridiculous one. I'm telling you right now, lives are being changed. The creator economy is being changed. I'm not saying long form content is going anywhere. It's not. But if you're not leveraging the power of vertical video in 2022, you're done. I really mean this. Get in now before it becomes even more saturated. There's still a lot of resistance from content creators, big brands, businesses, etc. People in your niche. Are you in the tech niche? Are you in the cooking niche? Are you in the finance niche? Are you in the coaching niche, consulting niche? Are you in the auto niche? Are you in the marketing, digital marketing, social media space? I'm telling you right now, look at this. This is what I love about our awesome Nez Nation audience. Luis, who is a Nez Nation mod, great to see you, Luis, says TikTok just surpassed YouTube and total watch hours last month. There's no doubt that Instagram Reels, Instagram made an announcement that they're going all in on video. This is all because of TikTok. YouTube went all in on Shorts, all because of TikTok. It's just going to become even more, triple, quadruple X more in 2022. I have clients right now who have left their jobs. They quit their jobs, which I'm going to talk about. That's another idea. They quit their jobs in 2021 because they're making a full-time income off of their TikTok account. Addison Ray, who I know this is kind of comparing apples to oranges, she makes $15,000 a day from her TikTok. I actually think the publicity it got from Trump wanting to cancel them, et cetera, just put them even further on the map. We've all heard this before. There really is no such thing as bad publicity, right? And so I'm really, really excited. Who are these guys dropping links in the chat? Why are you guys dropping links? Mods, take care of that, please. Don't drop links in the chat. I don't know who these people are. Oh, love it. Sharkfin Tech. My man, and speaking of John Dunkerley, my man JD is going to be our special guest today. He's going to talk about one of the world-changing ideas that can help you boost your income in 2022. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It's so good to see you, Shark FinTech. And let me know in the comments below, are you leveraging vertical video, live streamers, live chat? Please let me know in the comments, Shark FinTech, are you leveraging vertical video? How, why, and what's been in your experience? Facebook just announced that they're going all in on Reels. And actually, I have one of my channels is monetized. They're paying creators to create Reels on Facebook. Again, what's a Reel? It's basically Facebook and Instagram's version of TikTok. What's a YouTube Short? It's basically YouTube's version of TikTok. What is Snapchat Spotlight? How many people have heard of Snapchat Spotlight? Give me a hashtag me in the chat right now. Snapchat Spotlight is paying creators millions of dollars, actually $1 million a day, to create TikTok-esque vertical video 9:16 on their platform. I mean, you guys, vertical video, this is why I wanted to start with this. Vertical video is taking over. How many people in the chat? Thank you, Luis. How many people in the chat? Okay. How many people in the chat are leveraging vertical video? How many people? I want to see. So that is something I can say that I'm living proof of this, but also I've got tons of clients and the data is out there. Another thing I want to say too, make sure you verify everything. Verify everything that I'm saying. Why is Nez talking about vertical video? Why is Nez talking about all these world-changing ideas? What is this? And again, I want you to think and look at all of these ideas through the lens of your brand and your business. What can I do if I'm a tech channel? I'm going to take Luis. I'm going to take Luis as an example. Luis, you're going to be my case study. Jonathan, I'm going to bring you in about 10 minutes. Okay, hang out. Please be in the green room. I'm going to take Luis as an example. And Luis, I know you're leveraging vertical video, but I want you to think about this case study. So Luis talks about cameras, camera lenses, Mr. Camera Junkie. He talks about live streaming, the best equipment, gear, and tools to take your content creation, to take your live streams to the next level. Right? How can a channel that talks about cameras leverage vertical video? Well, first of all, I would create, this is exactly what I do and exactly what I tell my clients to do. I would create a native vertical video and whatever audio, video, plugins or additives you want to put on there, fantastic. I would create 30-second, 60-second, and maybe you can do 3-minute on TikTok. It's only a matter of time that might come to Instagram because they're all copying each other. Facebook Reels. This is exactly what I do. Exactly what my clients do. Hey guys, it's me, Luis, your main man when it comes to camera and everything you need to know about cameras. I'm going to talk today about this brand new lens that I think you should pay attention to that's going to really help you, and you can add this to your repertoire, and I'm going to go through it and demo it right now. Boom. And then another 15, 20 seconds showing it off. You record that natively. What do I mean by natively? You don't record it with the actual Shorts app. You don't record it with the actual Reels app. You don't record it through the platform itself. Record it natively on your phone or whatever device. Or maybe you're a pro, you got an SD card, you got a memory storage, data storage, something. And then you upload after you edit it and fix it or whatever. And you don't even have to edit it. I'm telling you guys, don't overthink this stuff. Vertical video is the least barrier to entry right now. It's the path of least resistance. You don't even need to worry about tech. Your phones, smartphones today have the greatest technology, greatest camera. You don't need to go all crazy, but I know some of you do because you're Nez Nation members and you're pros. Record it natively and upload it separately to all the different vertical video platforms, Reels, TikTok, Shorts, Snapchat, Facebook Reels, Stories. I also do Stories. I've been getting insane story views lately. Stories is vertical video. So why I'm sticking on this one so long, I think this is the path of least resistance. I think this is the lowest hanging fruit. I don't want to say easy because people might get the wrong idea, but it takes the least technical wherewithal. Wow, look at this. Great comment here from Wisco Ted. In my old niche, which was gaming, I got 6,000 views on one of my first shorts ever posted. That's fantastic. Love that. Love that. Jonathan is the king of repurposing. Love that. So 2022 is going to be the year of TikTok. All these other platforms are copying them, which means being an early adopter, getting in on this now in 2022, while there's still a lot of speculation, while there's still a lot of people who aren't using it, this is your chance. I'm too old for TikTok. You know how many times I've heard that from clients? I'm too old for TikTok. Just like every other platform. Remember when Snapchat owned the youth? Remember when Facebook first started? I mean, when Facebook first started, it was all young people. It was college students. Now the average demographic on Facebook is 35 to 65. That's average. There's hardly any Gen Z or millennial younger it's a boomer platform now. So TikTok is becoming that way as well. The young people, the youth start the movement, and then companies, brands, older people finally figure it out. Number 2. Who's ready for number 2? Give me a hashtag yeah. Number 2. How many of you have heard of the Metaverse and Web 3.0? Give me a hashtag yeah. I know you're a sophisticated audience. You're a smart Nez Nation audience. But if you're not paying attention to the Metaverse, and I'll explain that in a second, if you're not paying attention to the Metaverse in 2022 and beyond, you want to talk about early adoption? Holy macadamia nut. Basically, the Metaverse describes a 3D world, a 3D immersive, collaborative experience. It's already making its way into our lives. Think Pokemon Go 2016 times 100. Facebook changed their brand to Meta. Facebook has already announced they're building the infrastructure. Microsoft followed suit. They've already given inklings that they're going to be building their own metaverse. Can you imagine what Google, all these other tech companies, the metaverse and the ability to understand what's happening in the metaverse, understand that crypto, decentralization, blockchain is going to be the engine that runs the metaverse, that it's going to become more normalized. This is something everybody needs to pay attention to. I'm doing a lot of study. I'll be honest with you. I don't know everything there is to know about it, but you better believe Nez. Yes, I just referred to myself in the third person. You better believe that Nez is going to be researching and really, really going deep and sharing that with you guys, obviously. But to me, this is the next great technology shift. Just like Web 1.0 was a shift to online, creating basically the internet in its earliest stages, chat rooms, direct messaging. Just like Web 2.0, the advent of social, the explosion of social and how people were building businesses and brands. Web 3.0 is the metaverse. It's all about the metaverse. Hey, Joe Dexter, good to see you, man. Long time, brother. Cyber Shots in the house. Good to see you. Everybody needs to pay attention to the metaverse. The amount of real estate, the amount of opportunities, nobody even really can fully grasp them. And so Mark Zuckerberg is a very smart man. You may not like him. You may have a lot of qualms with Facebook, but don't think that that branding change to Meta was just because they were going through problems with Facebook. They've been thinking about this for years. And guys, it's not just an Oculus where you're putting on goggles. Again, think Pokemon Go 2016 times 100x. The Matrix is here. The Matrix is upon us. And what's happened with COVID, what's happened with, this is the reason Clubhouse, was able to take advantage. This is the reason why I'm going to talk about another world-changing idea, the great resignation, the great reshuffle, hybrid remote work, which I'm already jumping the gun here, but I have to talk about it. The metaverse. Do your research. Do your due diligence. I'm going to be doing what I need to do, and I'm going to share that with you, obviously. But this right here is the future. This is Web 3.0. And look at this. DK 4K. Jonathan, you ready? I don't see you, Jonathan. DK 4K has just mentioned something that leads me to my next world-changing idea that could potentially boost your income. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is NFTs. Thank you so much for mentioning that. NFTs. Yes. So the metaverse is going to be the infrastructure. NFTs, aka non-fungible tokens, are literally, to me, one of the greatest and least understood new world-changing ideas that was slightly mentioned in 2021, 2020. It's been around for a while. It's not just brand new, but if you're looking at the transactions, if you're looking at the monetary, if you're looking at blockchain, a non-fungible token is basically digital assets that are governed by blockchain technology, where ownership, capitalism is becoming even more digitalized. And I've got a special guest who's going to help me break this down, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is not something that I fully grasp. I understand it. And by the way, how many people are like me 6 or 8 months ago? Jonathan, before I bring you in, just hang out for a second. How many people in the chat were like me 6 months ago? This is just some boring, ridiculous fad. Rich people are just bored because they can't go out. And you hear all this millions of dollars. Beeple sold his digital artwork for $69 million. This is a bunch of hokum. It's another scam. All it is just another way for rich, bored people to, be relevant or do something. How many people thought that 6, 8 months ago? I mean, I know we've got the best, most sophisticated audience on planet Earth here at Nez Nation. The Nez Nation fam is very smart. But if you were like me, I'll just be honest with you. I thought this was nothing. I really thought this was just going to be a fad. I didn't think this was going to be. Then I finally got it. Non-fungible tokens, digital assets, which are governed by blockchain technology, where you can mint and actually own a piece of asset, a digital asset, and in turn, it's not governed, it's decentralized, and people are making millions, not thousands, not hundreds, millions. This is something that I think you need to pay attention to in 2022, and you better believe that I am. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring on one of our awesome Nez Nation family members. I'm going to bring on my man, JD. I call him JD because I can. I was lucky and honored enough to be on his podcast recently. And, I think that he's going to really be able to, he's been doing a lot of research, and I think he's really going to be able to break down what he's doing and maybe even educate a little bit our Nez Nation audience. And so let's bring him out without further ado. Mr. Jonathan Dunkerley. JD, welcome to the stream. How are you, brother?
Good, Nez. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. So let's just jump right into it. I'll give you a chance to kind of share your channel and where people can find out later. NFTs, where do we start? What are they? Why should we pay attention to them?
So NFTs, like Nez said, it's a non-fungible token. And what that means, what fungible means, before you go anywhere else, you kind of have to understand what fungible means. You could have, like, for instance, you could have a dollar. If I said, hey, Nez, I have a $5 bill. Could you break this $5 bill? That is fungible. That $5 bill is worth no different if it's a $5 bill or 5 singles. That is fungible. But say I have a house at the bottom of a hill, and it's worth $1 million. You know, that's average price for a house nowadays. So $1 million, and it's a huge house, and you go up to the top of the hill and you have another $1 million house, but it's a little tiny house, but you're on the top of the hill. So they're both worth $1 million, but they're not the same. You can't compare those two. That house at the bottom of the hill is not equal to the one at the top of the hill, even though they have an equal value. So that's what basically what fungible means. That you have things that are fungible that are equal value. They could be swapped out. Like if you're talking in cryptocurrency, it could be a Bitcoin for a Bitcoin. That's fungible. You have fungibility. If you have two things that aren't equal, like Nez and I have great channels, but we wouldn't swap them because they're not fungible. They do different things. They're not the same, but you may say, hey, I get value from both of those.
Is my YouTube channel basically an NFT?
It is in a sense.
Like is an Instagram blue check mark basically an NFT?
In a way, but the thing that kind of makes an NFT unique in the way it's so. You go back to like 2008 when there was the real estate crash. And I don't want to get all like crypto-y, but this is basically what happened. So there's the real estate crash.
Go ahead and get crypto-y.
There was the real estate crash that happened in 2008. And some people, they don't know who it was officially, but they kept anonymous. And they created thing more importantly than any kind of cryptocurrency is something called the blockchain. I know people have probably heard what that is, but that's a ledger that takes the power away from not just the government, but also the banking system. And if you don't know anything about the banking system, the way that credit and debt works is that if you say go and get a credit card for $1,000 credit, the bank only has to back it by 10%, and then they create 90% of the debt. And that's where they say like, it's where they pull money out of your bank account. And that's why they say if you're not investing your money or doing something with your money, you're losing 3% of its value every single year, because the bank with the Federal Reserve, which is a very unethical entity. If you don't, there's not federal and there's no reserve, they just create money out of nowhere. And they created the blockchain to protect us from the government and the banking system from abusing that system, which they have for years and years and years, ever since they dropped the gold standard. And they created the Federal Reserve. And there's other countries have different versions of the Federal Reserve where they take advantage of that in the same exact way. So it's not just the United States. They just have different names for the same, evil organizations. but so in 2008, there was somebody that said, hey, we're not going to let this happen to us anymore. And they stayed anonymous, and they created a thing called the blockchain, which basically means that you cannot transfer or create currency without, or anything without it being a public ledger. So it'd be like if I transferred money to Nez, there would be a record of it, and there's no bank like, for instance, if you have money in a bank account, it's just a number in a bank account. If they change that number, it would be your word against the bank's. And there's no public record of that. So that's the idea of kind of triggered that.
That's really scary.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you like think about what happened at the beginning of 2020. We had the Y2K bug. And if they were freaking out because they thought all the systems were to drop. And if there was a public record back then, it never would have been an issue, because you could say, hey, Nez has this much money, or this has this, and then it's expanded since 2008, and it's gone to other things, because it's not just money that gets put on this blockchain, but any kind of transaction. You could have a house, like say, Nez, would you like to have this token that symbolizes a house? That could be an NFT, a physical thing. I think people get caught up in these things like, oh, there's just these pictures. The pictures have nothing to do with what an NFT is.
Okay, this is what I want to say. Jonathan, I want to stop you for a second. I love what you just said there. What you just said right there, because people are like, who would pay for a stupid Bored Ape or a crypto, what is it, like a 480p PNG file, or a very, blurry. This is where I got it. And I want you to kind of, because you obviously have been doing a lot of research, and this is why I wanted to bring you on. This is when I got it. It has nothing to do with the artwork. It has nothing to do with how beautiful or how much time or energy. Where I finally got the idea of NFTs is it's based on capitalism. It's based on ownership, and it taps into the psychology of the collector mindset. It is very similar. Like it's the same thing. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Jonathan, my man JD. But Why would anybody pay $1 million for a picture of an old aging baseball player on a nicely minted card? It's not because of the picture. It's not even necessarily because of the baseball player. It's because that there's maybe only 2 or 3 like it. It's because of the ownership of it. Hey, I've got a Mickey Mantle, you know? Mickey Mantle wasn't even the greatest baseball player that ever lived. Actually, his records were broken all the time. It's the collector psyche and psychology. And basically what we're doing is we're taking ownership, capitalism, collectability into the metaverse and the digital ecosystem. Am I anywhere close?
It's that plus more. There's more
Talk
to
to
it.
me.
than just-
Okay, what's the plus more? What's the plus more?
So, for instance, like, can I break down like one of the bigger projects that I'm in?
Yes,
Just to
please,
kind of
please.
understand why I went into it and what are the benefits of it. So, one of them you probably have seen. Gary Henderson, he's all over Clubhouse. You probably have seen his rooms pop up. I don't know if you have Nez or not, but he talks a lot about the creator economy, helping creators monetize their income. And that's one of the things that kind of falls directly in line with what I've been trying to do with, but mine has a little different of a twist. So I really resonated with what he was saying. And I think that's the key thing that you need to do whenever you're finding somebody, a creator. This could be Nez doing a similar project like this, if you want a comparison. So he launched his project, and he launched it first on a platform called Rally.io. And if you don't know what it is, just go to that website. It's supported by people like Paris Hilton, with A24Z, huge companies. Coinbase is one of the actual people that's got their fingers in it. So I have a lot of faith in this particular platform. There's other ones that are popping up, but a huge support, and they have a huge roadmap. And that's part of the reason why I supported that. Number one, you're looking at who's already on, who's supporting it. And I support that one. I'm actually in the application and approval phase of getting a coin on that platform myself, because I have faith in it. I know that I could, serve my audience best in this manner. So he has a coin on that platform, and he offers different utilities for holding these coins. These aren't NFTs. They're actually they're utility tokens, but they are fungible. So the idea is like you could have fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. And in this case, they're fungible, which means
so
that
basically you can break them up and share them, etc.
So the way that he has his coaching program and the way that a cryptocurrency works, especially you could stake that cryptocurrency and you get something called, like, you get staking rewards. And that's in lieu of like Bitcoin, where you used to have these mining farms that would just take so much electricity. So, and that's not scalable. So now you have these things that they actually, you mine you do think proof of worth, which you leverage your currency as like staking it and backing the currency and transactions on Ethereum. So it's going to get really complicated when you start to explain it. But that's basically what it is.
Forget about all the micro details. But here's what I want to ask you. Here's what I want to ask you, JD, because we got to keep going. We got to move on.
Yeah.
How can our Nez Nation audience, in your opinion,
yeah, I'm getting.
How can we leverage NFTs, the metaverse? What can we do? Is it about, because you hear all these people?
So,
go ahead.
The idea, so you have those. I just wanted to explain it so people understand where that money comes from. So, for instance, the way he does his coaching program through Rally is people hold these tokens. So his highest level is you hold 250 of those tokens. Now, you don't have to pay him anything. So the idea, you own this and you have access to something. And as far as like an NFT, or for these fungible tokens, you stack them. And then how does he make money as a creator? Because he, as a creator, has more of those tokens. So he got like a Genesis tokens because he started the currency. So the more he puts into the economy, the more that he actually adds, brings people into his, coaching programs or whatever he wants. They don't have to pay him anything. They just have to own it. So NFTs or utility tokens, the bottom line is you don't have to pay somebody a recurring income in order to have access to something, but there's a system, a mechanism in place that still pays the creator. And the thing that I love most about this particular platform is that just because I support this particular creator, for instance, just for that one creator, I make about $200 in that currency or in the base currency Rally, which is Ethereum token, every single week. About $200. So I support him. I'm in his coaching program, and I get paid no different than the creator because I have a certain amount of that particular token, and I get rewarded in that way.
So wait, you have like equity because of the token?
So the way the creator makes money is because they have the token.
Okay.
They could sell all their token and make nothing,
I
but they
see.
just hold it, and they could choose, like they get the same rewards, and they could choose to take that money and put it back into their business and help the economy even more. Or they could take it and, pay for bills, like, hey, their live stream software or whatever they're having to do, or if they want to, launch something, they do it that way. So that way, say you come in and you're in a coaching program, you've helped that economy make money for the last year, and then you say, hey, I've learned everything I need to know from Professor Nez today, and I'm gonna, maybe you bought those tokens at 50 cents and now they're worth $5. Can you imagine? And then you just sell it, and you just left a economy where you just got a whole bunch of value. You added into it. You helped that creator make money over and over and over again. And then you could leave if you want, and you could take it. It's the same idea with an NFT. You could, if you have faith in a creator or a faith in a community or faith in something early on, and you could look at like the utilities that they have to offer. I think that's a key word that people need to focus on, is the utility behind a project.
Right.
So if you take that utility, like for instance, the bigger project is called the Draft Tower. It's his next project. And I'm just using an example of his process. He started on that platform and he launched his NFT project. And there's like frontline utilities, meaning like, how much is it good? Like, how much could I make right off the bat? Or what's the potential for me, or immediate utility? Sometimes it could be income, like it could be money coming in, or it could be something right off and what's their roadmap? What can I get right when I buy that NFT? And what do they say they're going to be delivering along the road? And so you could say, for instance, those particular NFTs, I minted those. I don't know if too much. It was 0.25 Ethereum each, it was what, $100 each. And I might have gone crazy and minted 30. But but point is, like, so each of those, they also create another utility token, which is in the Ethereum network, and each of those could have a value of money. So I bought into that. The upfront utility was that I get access to this utility token, and I could sell that if I want. I could hold it and I could trade it however I want. That's income coming in. That's the upfront utility. The second thing is that you have access to the different levels of community. That could be a utility. And then another thing, that the reason why I personally got into this particular
the
project
possibilities are endless.
The reason why I minted so many of this particular project is they have different levels. Like you have, for instance, at 10, if you have 10 in your wallet, you have access, voting rights in the community. If you want to have a say in where the direction a community goes, like if you want to say Nez launches his and you say, hey, would you like me to talk about these topics? You have a say if you have 10 of my NFTs. But
Plus,
I
I get royalties,
25.
right, on any NFT that they sell.
That's your choice. You could add that in. It's a contract. So the project that I'm in currently, he has a 5%. So if somebody decides they want to get out of an NFT project and they just say, hey, I'm done with it, I'm going to sell my NFT, they'll get whatever. Say they bought it for $100 and it's gone up to $1,000. They would sell it. Say Nez says he wants 5% of a royalty. It protects a creator that did the work early in it. So he says 5%. They sell it for $1,000. $50 of that goes back to Nez, and the other 950 would go to the person that sold, minus any kind of fees that they might have on the platform you're selling on. So that's a way that, and if that happens, say that same exact NFT
and so
goes up to $10,000.
If the NFT is worth millions of dollars,
you get 5%.
That 5% can be pretty hefty, right?
Exactly. So the idea is it encourages a creator to continue to compound. For instance, like the last thing that I wanted to say about that other project, and they're still growing. I have a lot of faith in this particular one. It's called Draft Tower. If you could search for it on NFT, on OpenSea, or if you wanted to grab one of those, or you could search. I'd search for Gary Henderson on Clubhouse. He talks a lot about it. He'll educate you a lot. He freely educates, and so. The 25, the reason why I joined that is I know that I'm a busy person. You are too, Nez. I know you are. So one of the things that I jumped in on that is because he has a 25 where he'll hold my hand, give me all of the resources that he's figured out, and make sure that I want to launch my own project. So I know that I don't want to like mess up here. He's already done all the messing up. So part of it, 25, he's going to like help me launch an epic project of my own, because he's already figured it out. So that's the reason why I bought 25 or minted 25, because I wanted that. That's a utility. So that's the idea of like utilities. So he could still add more over time. You could still stack and increase what the utility is as you grow as a brand. But you could say, hey, I got this one thing and this is what it's launching with. And as you grow as a brand, you're literally creating more and more value with whatever. It could be a creator coin, like a utility token, or you could have NFT, which those are non-fungible, where you could say, hey, if you have one of these, or 2 of these or 3 of these, then it's going to be, you're going to be able to have that. So like I'm kind of moving in that direction where I don't want to charge anybody for anything save for affiliate marketing. So if you want to come into my community, I want to go down this same path where I say, hey, you want to have my, I like I said, I'm waiting for my response with Rally, the final decision, but I'm sure I'm going to get it. But when I get that, I'm going to be able to say, hey, if you want to come in, they're worth 50 cents right now. Come in. My coaching program is going to be 250 of these. You could buy that for $125 or, at 50 cents. And, if I keep on adding value to that community, next thing you know, that thing is worth, $1. Now it's a $250 program. And then it depends on what the community, how well you're doing community growth. So if you want to grow a community, you could take that and apply it to anything. It's like, for instance, that same exact token, I could gate clubhouse rooms. I could say, hey, if you have this token in your wallet and you've linked it the way, that you verify it with Clubhouse, you could raise your hand and I don't need to tell you that you can come up to stage. You just come right up and you ask your question. And that way you could say, hey, this is, if you'd like to come up to stage, all you have to do is type this thing into the messenger. It will give you a response and walk you through how to add one of these tokens in your wallet. Maybe right now that token's 50 cents because I'm giving value at the very beginning. But as you keep on doing it, people are going to go like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I want to get this, these YouTube channel audits. The only way I'm going to get these YouTube channel audits is if I have this token in my wallet, and then they'll be introduced to your community and they're like, oh man, these people are really giving. They're generous with their time. They're helping me, man. Look at all these different things. If I just get like a few more, I'll be able to jump into this. And it's gamifying getting into a thing. And then if somebody decides down the road, like, man, this wasn't what I thought it was, they just sell and they leave. And there's no hard feeling. There's you'll never get any of these refund requests because I can't give you a refund. You just have to hit the sell button. Or if it's NFT, you just have to put it up for sale and whatever. There's a thing called the floor price, and which basically means the lowest price that sell. If you want that, just put it at the floor price and you'll likely sell. If you're in a rush, just put it a little bit below and you'll probably sell it even faster. So I guess
okay. So let's there's a lot to digest there.
Yeah, I know
I really appreciate this, JD, because you're really educating the Nez Nation audience on this. And this is, again, guys, do your due diligence, do your own research, because this is something I think is going to absolutely explode in 2022 and really over the next 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer. The metaverse, NFTs, blockchain, crypto, it's going to become more normalized, more mainstream. Jonathan, I just want to say thank you for being here. We got to keep the show moving here. We're only on number 3. But I want to address this question really fast from Thank S, because I think it's a good question. Again, what I was saying earlier is nobody cares about a Bored Ape, right? But what they care about is the rarity of it, the ownership of it, and the fact that nobody else can have that specific, token, right? And so the worth comes from, in my view, the worth comes from the rarity of it, the collectability aspect of it, and the fact that, there's only one, right? The non-fungibleness of it. And then what I'm seeing a lot of is people are flipping NFTs and making a ton of money. I'm not sure if that's something viable long-term or if that's something that, a lot of people are playing the money game too fast, maybe. But can you really quickly, we got to get going because we're already an hour into the show, just really fast, JD. And then I want people to know where they can find you. This question right here, where does the worth come in to NFTs?
Well, I mean, as far as like, it's like you said, I think that in the end, it comes down to the utility. And if you're talking about where does the money come from? Because like, say you could take $1 and I can go and buy any kind of cryptocurrency, and that's injecting actual fiat value into that ecosystem. Right. Then somebody says, oh, hey, I'm going to go over here and buy, whatever, Jonathan's Rally coin. Now that coin's going to go up in value because, somebody bought that coin and it's gone up in value. There's also, so it's gone up in value because somebody's injected actual fiat currency through whatever currency into that coin. It's the same thing for an NFT. It's the utility that gives it actual amount of value, but that actual spendable amount of value actually originally came from fiat currency. Fiat currency gets turned into cryptocurrency, and then that currency goes up and down in value depending on how many people buy and sell it. So if it goes up in value and a bunch of people go, oh man, that went up in value, they're going to sell it, and that money is now taken out of that ecosystem. So it's actually, there's no money that's just magically coming out of nowhere. It's actually fiat
value
money,
is brought from the
dollars,
community.
euros, pounds, whatever, is turned into that currency. And then the value is based off of what people believe, like you said, trading cards. What makes a piece of paper with somebody's name on it and a signature worth so much more? It's the perceived value, what people are willing to pay. Now, are people going to pay for a little PDF? No, because it's not the PDF, it's the token behind the PDF. The picture is just something pretty to look at, to gamify it. And imagine do you think people would have gotten so into it if they said, hey, there's this string of 30 numbers that's worth money. People like, whatever. It's like you go into a stock portfolio, and like, how many people just get all pumped up that their stock portfolio went up a couple $1,000?
Right.
It's not that way.
Right.
So that's the idea of that. So, but for me, it comes down to the utility. It comes down to what you could do as a creator, what you could offer your community. And then you've done all this work now. And then tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, you are still reaping the benefits of the work you've done today. And so is your community. And then if they want to get out, there's no hard feelings. Maybe you're not doing anything. They, hey man, everything's going down in value. And I don't really feel like being part of this community anymore. You're not delivering what you did. Your community's value goes down and people will sell and leave. And if you are
awesome, JD, we got to get going.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud that you're a part of the Nez Nation family. You're one of my mods, and I think we need to do an entire, which probably let me know in the comments if you want to see this. I think we need to do an entire dedicated show to the metaverse and NFTs because I need to do my homework. I need to really understand it more, but I want to bring you on again, JD. But before you go, and by the way, thank you so much for sharing. You dropped serious fire. Where can people find you?
The best place to find me is in my Discord server. I've kind of moving all my stuff to Discord. I like it better. It's my new kind of like off all platforms home. And you could just go to it by typing in etoolbox.club into any browser, and it will forward that to an invite link. So
I'm a part of his Discord too. I would definitely recommend it.
And the more people that come in there, the more that I'm going to be able to help people find out the questions that people need to know. I created like topic areas where people could chat about different topics. If you want a new topic, just ask me and I'll add it. But yes, etoolbox.club. Any browser, it will just forward you. If you don't have Discord yet, it will just prompt you to either download it or sign up for it. It's pretty easy, and I highly recommend it. And there's so many other great communities in there, and I notice a lot of people moving towards Discord. It's not just this platform where people are just gaming and stuff like that. It's just like what Nez said about TikTok. People are like, oh, isn't TikTok just a bunch of kids dancing? No, it's not just kids dancing. It's people doing business. It is what it is. And isn't Discord just a bunch of kids playing video games? There's people playing video games, but there's also people doing serious business or whatever you're doing. So don't get this conception or this perception of that one platform is this one thing. It could be many, many things. So etoolbox.com if you want to hang out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. You rock. Hopefully you'll be able to stick around and still mod and hang out in the chat. Let's give a warm welcome to Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan. We're going to have to definitely bring you on again. Okay, brother. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, we got to get cooking because I got to go to a client meeting soon. So if you're just joining us, good to see you, Stella and Toyman. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the top 10 world-changing ideas that you need to pay attention to, that I feel if you're an early adopter of, they will boost your income, which in turn will allow you to keep doing what you love doing and create more impact. And so we talked about vertical video, number 1. We talked about the metaverse, number 2. We talked about NFTs, number 3. Number 4, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to have to go through these pretty quickly, is social commerce. Yes. Social commerce. What do I mean by social commerce? Guys, your ability to create very, very powerful, increase your revenue, maybe even create a brand new revenue source has never become more viable and more opportunistic than right now. Your ability to sell directly through your platform, sell directly. Look, I've got Nez Nation merch. You see merch right there in the shelf there. You can also go check out, we got some brand new designs too over at professornez.com/merch. Amazon Live. Amazon Live. Amazon Live is probably the best kept secret weapon of the creator economy, where you can go as an influencer. You have to apply for the Amazon influencer program. I'm live on Amazon right now. Your ability to sell directly, that's what I mean. Let me go back here. Sorry. Let me go back. Social commerce. That's exactly what I mean by social commerce. Instagram is integrating shopping. TikTok is integrating live stream shopping. Facebook is going all in with social commerce. And you better believe it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm telling you right now, 2022, think about this. Remember what I said. Jim Mundy, great to see you. It was our pleasure, Jonathan. Thank you for being on here. You dropped serious fire. Everybody give JD a big hand in the chat. Wow, that was fantastic. Very important. Very important to think about this, guys. You don't have to necessarily even have your own products. You don't even have to have your own services, etc. You can sell affiliate stuff. You can sell other people's things. Social commerce is going to be something. So what I said at the beginning of this stream is I want you to think about all of these things. We're dropping a lot of information here. NFTs, Metaverse, vertical video, TikTok, social commerce, and we got a whole bunch more. I want you to think about these in the lens of your own business and your own brand. How can I, who do mostly tech, how can I, who does mostly, entrepreneur stuff, how can I, who does mostly finance, how can I, who does mostly cooking, whatever your niche is, I want you to think about how you can leverage these great world-changing ideas, because early adoption is your ticket. It's your ticket to freedom. I can tell you that all of my businesses, all of my revenue streams would be nowhere if I wasn't really paying attention and getting in early. That's why I'm so proud of this show. And yes, if you're just joining us, it would mean the world to me. Thank you, Stella. If you could smash that thumbs up, share this out, because y'all know sharing is caring. But I'm telling you guys right now, social commerce is absolutely huge in 2022. And I'm telling you, if you're not thinking about this, if you're not understanding this, I mean, you got to really jump on this. Don't think everybody's going to become QVC eventually. Everybody's going to have their own QVC, basically kind of additive to their brand and to their business. I'm telling you right now, everybody think about social commerce. Okay, number 5. Who's ready for number 5? Give me a hashtag yeah. Who is ready for number 5? Who's ready? Give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. So good to see you guys. Hey, Boss Man's in the house. Good to see you. Now, this is a good point right here before I get into number 5. I am in no way stretch of the imagination advocating that you drive yourself crazy. And this is so funny you mentioned this. It's so amazing that you mentioned this. Stella, thank you for mentioning this, because number 5 has a lot to do with this. You guys, don't drive yourself crazy. Don't spread yourself too thin. I'm not saying you have to adopt all of these ideas. As a matter of fact, I would definitely say do not adopt all of these ideas. For the love of God, do not. I just want you to think about them. I'm here to share. Maybe the first 5 don't have anything to do with you. Maybe the next 5 do. I'm here to share what I've discovered, because I eat, sleep, and breathe the creator economy. I eat, sleep, and breathe the online ecosystem. I'm a full-time business owner, full-time content creator. And I'm here to share. I'm your ambassador to the internet. I'm your ambassador to the creator economy. Who knows? Maybe becoming your ambassador to the metaverse. I really think the metaverse is something all of us need to pay attention to. But I love this comment because it relates to number 5. Number 5, world-changing idea that I want you to think about how you can incorporate this is mental health. Okay? Mental health. Because of the pandemic, because of what's happened over the last 18 months to 24 months, I truly believe that there is a thirst, there is a hunger for help with people's mindset, with people's mental health. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I have a separate channel where I talk about anxiety and mindset. A lot of you might not even know this, but I, as a young man, I'm about to be 45 on December 27th. But from 18 to 29, I went through hell because of the dude that resides inside my dome. I suffered from debilitating anxiety and depression. And I went to every doctor on planet Earth. I went to every dude or dudette in a white coat, and none of them, and I mean none of them, helped. They all told me to take pills, and I took all the pills. None of them helped. The Bossman GMD, thank you so much for the 99-cent super chat. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for being there. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, man, Bossman, you're losing your mind, brother. Thank you so much for the 99-cent super sticker. I really appreciate that, the Bossman. That means a lot to me, brother. Thank you so much. Yes, Patina says mental health is absolutely critical. And so, yes, I know. Look at this. I think, is that you, Tam? I think that's you, Tam. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, John, you are absolutely right. 45 is still young. You're absolutely right. Yes, a lot of people don't know this about me. You would never think that looking at me now. I went through the hell of this dude for 10 plus years. There were years where I never even wanted to leave my room. You wouldn't think that looking at me now, so full of confidence, right? You would never think that about me. My mission on earth is to help you. My mission on earth. That's why I started a brand new brand, a brand new channel. It's called Stop Anxiety with Professor Nez. That's my new channel that I started a couple months ago. We've already got over 200 subscribers. So blessed. And I truly believe that people who've gone through suffering are the most interesting people on planet Earth. I really, truly mean that. The people who haven't gone through dirt and mud that life offers sometimes, they're not as interesting to me. So I'm actually grateful for my anxiety. I don't want to talk too much about that. But I want you to think about, guys, I want you to think about how can this actually relate to what I do? How can this actually be something that maybe I can incorporate and help people with? Maybe you've got some tips, strategies. Maybe you got some morning routines. You know, I've said this a million times. If your mindset ain't right, nothing ain't right. What do I mean by that? I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care how many businesses you have. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care how many certificates you have. If this thing ain't right, it all means goose egg. And I absolutely mean that. And I think it's absolutely capital T true. Your best business investment is in your health. Your best life investment is in your health, both mental and physical. And I think that what's happened over the last 24 months is just going to show us how important, because there's going to be so many people who have suffered a great deal because of the pandemic. There's going to be so many people who have suffered needlessly because there's nobody out there helping them. The doctors just want to shove pills down your throat. I'm not saying all of them. I don't want to group them all into one category and be general. It's the same thing, reason I can't stand the universities. There's a few, but the outliers, we cannot judge based on the least common denominator. And so people who come up to me and say, Nez, should I go to business school? I tell them categorically, unequivocally, capital N, no, no. You would be better investing that money into a business. You'll learn a billion times more. You can listen to podcasts, come to Nez Nation Live. You'll learn a billion times more than you ever will in a classroom with some professor pontificating who has no idea what's happening in the real world. So that's how I feel about mental health. And I'm telling you right now, if you're somebody who really has a strong mental fortitude, you have strong confidence in your abilities, you are able to handle negativity, toxicity, haters really well, I think this is going to be huge in 2022. It's already huge in 2021. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. People are going to be looking in alternative sources. The reason I put motivational next to it is because I do believe that motivation, inspiration has a lot to do with this guy right here. Thank you so much, boss man. You're the best, dude. Thank you so much for the super chat and the super sticker. I really, really appreciate that. That means the absolute world to me. How many people are thinking, you know what, I might be able to leverage. I might be able to leverage that somehow because, and again, we're not getting cringy here. I'm not advocating take advantage. Notice how the mission statement of our channel is impact first, then income. The only way you're going to be able to create impact is by absolutely being real and absolutely being, somebody who has a genuine desire to help. That's the only way. How many people in the chat? How many people, replay viewers? By the way, don't forget, podcast listeners, if you have any questions, there's a questionnaire form in the show notes. If anybody has any questions here in the live chat, I want you to put a hashtag NezNation, and then right next to it, just ask your question. And I also would love to hear from you, replay viewers. Leave your comments. I answer all the comments personally. So leave your comments, leave your questions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear if anybody's going to leverage mental health motivation, because that is something that can absolutely boost your income, but I don't want to make it sound cringy and, in a negative way. I mean, if you really can genuinely create impact, then you can boost your income. Okay. Who's ready? I love this by Patina. Nice to see you, Patina Media. Nice to see you. Who's ready for number 6? Who's ready for number 6? Give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. Patina says, strong mind, strong body. I heard a sensei say this before, and it always stuck with me. I love that. Thank you so much. I love that. Look at this. Lewis saying, I'm starting to do consultations, and motivation is one of the topics. This is huge, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why this is huge. We passed a huge milestone in 2021, early 2021. We passed 10,000 subscribers. Lewis right here passed 1,000 subscribers. Did you know that only 3% of channels actually get to 10,000 subscribers? And it's not because they're not any good. It's not because they don't have the talent. It's not because they can't, perform or they can't do it, or create the videos. It's because of motivation. Most of them quit. Did you know that 99% of businesses fail within the first 12 months? It's not because they don't have talent. It's because they quit. Motivation. So think about that through the lens. Anthony finally made it. Great to see you, Anthony. Fantastic. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I love this by DK4K. Burnout is real. Mental health will be huge. Absolutely. So if you have a mental health acumen, or you can talk about mental health, motivation, I think this is going to be even bigger. It was huge in 2020, huge in 2021. It's going to be even bigger in 2022. I promise you. I promise you it's going to be even bigger. People need your expertise. People need your help. Don't be afraid. There's a channel that I know for a fact, I forget the name of it, but they do a Motivational Monday video every Monday. And their Motivational Monday videos are doing better than their normal stuff. And I think they talk about business. I can't remember who it is, but I remember they do a very certain segment. Think about how you can actually incorporate that. Okay, number six. Number six world-changing idea that can help you boost your income in 2022. The workplace is changing. The workplace is changing. Yes, you're absolutely right, Stella. Stella says burnout can happen in watching or creating. Very well said. Number six, you see how powerful our Nez Nation family is? That's why I keep saying, y'all, you got to become an insider so you don't miss anything. So you don't miss anything. I'm your ambassador to the internet. I'm your ambassador to the creator economy. I want you to become an insider. Go to professornez.com/insider so you don't miss anything. If you have a question, put Nez Nation, hashtag Nez Nation in the comments, and right next to it, ask your question. I'll get to it, I promise. Mods, if there's anything I missed, let me know. Replay viewers, leave your question in the comments. Podcast listeners, I know you're listening to this after the fact. There's a questionnaire form in the show notes. I might answer your question live on air. So please leave your question. John Vandevort says, my channel is my mental health outlet. As a healthcare worker, the pandemic hit hard. I found a lot of good mojo in being a content creator. I absolutely love that, John. Congratulations. Let's all give a huge round of applause to John. John, I love that, man. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm proud of you, and I respect you, and utmost support to you being a healthcare worker. I can't imagine what that's like right now. And I know hospitalizations have increased because of the new variant immensely. So congratulations, John. I'm going to go check out your channel as soon as we're done. You got a new subscriber. Okay. How many people have heard of the Great Resignation? How many people? Leave it in the chat right now. How many people have heard of this concept, this movement called the Great Resignation? More and more people want to and are working from home. So if you have, Lewis, I'm thinking about you with your camera and your gear knowledge. Excuse me. I'm telling you right now, we're seeing record numbers of people quit their jobs. We're seeing record numbers of people become content creators, which is the fastest rising small business right now in North America. We're seeing more and more people resign and go do other things. We're seeing more and more people who actually want to put can work from anywhere as one of their must-haves when they start a new position. Remote work is going to be even bigger in 2022. Again, think of your niche. Think of how can I leverage this? What can I add to the conversation? Your content, if you want to truly boost your income, if you want to truly create more impact and income in 2022, your content needs to create a conversation. You need to add, not detract. How are you going to add to the conversation? Very, very important. And so remote work is huge in 2021. It really got its footing in 2020. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be even bigger. It's going to be even bigger in 2022. So think about how your niche can leverage this. How can I talk about? How can I create content? Maybe there's something I can add. Maybe I have a specific channel, brand, business, niche, or maybe I can be a thought leader. You career job seekers out there, because I have a lot of people. One of my businesses is executive career coaching. I have a ton of people who are looking to advance their career. Building your thought leadership. Maybe you've got some great ideas on how to, a lot of people are confused. They don't know how to build the infrastructure. They don't know how to utilize or be more efficient with their remote work. This is where you can come in. Help people. Notice how it always revolves around helping people. Remote work is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal in 2022. More and more companies are recognizing that they don't need their employees to be in the office. And so I'm telling you right now, this is everything. I'm going to save the last two for best. But number 7, we got to jump into these because I got to get going. I apologize. Number 7, world-changing idea that is absolutely going to be upside down changed in 2022 and even beyond. Again, early adoption. This goes beyond just 2022, early adoption. The education space is changing dramatically. The education space is being turned upside down as we speak. More and more companies, organizations could care less about your education, could care less about your degrees. More and more people are leaving college. They're finding that education can be everywhere. YouTube, to me, is one of the greatest universities on planet Earth. Google, to me, is one of the greatest universities on planet Earth, and you don't have to pay $100,000 for it. It's absolutely free. More people are learning from podcasts, YouTube channels, from you, content creators, than they are from some professor pontificating in front of a classroom. The education game is absolutely being exposed. COVID has already exposed them. So if you're a teacher, if you have something, if you're a how-to channel, brand, business, consulting, coaching, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a boom. The education space is changing. Instead of somebody going in and getting a marketing degree, they might hire you or your company to do either the marketing for them or teach their teams. I do group workshops for major organizations where I help them with the internet. I help them with personal branding. I help them with content marketing. I help them build their reputation online. And by the way, you can get paid a lot of money to do this. Coaching, consulting, freelancing, we talk about the creator economy, but the gig economy is going to get even bigger in 2022. Billion-dollar industry. Billion-dollar industry, y'all. It's going to become even bigger in 2022. Education. The education space is changing. How many people have a how-to channel? Leave that in the chat right now. How many people have a how-to channel? I want to hear from you. How many people? I'd love to hear from you. How many people do have a how-to channel? I would love to hear from you. I'm telling you right now, this one might be the biggest one. I really think this one just might be the biggest one. I really do. I think this right here, if you're a how-to channel, I think the opportunity for you to grow beyond your wildest imagination will never be greater. Education content, education, dare I say, digital courses, info products are going to be huge in 2022. Why? Because people are looking for alternative sources of education. They're looking for alternative sources of information. And I'm telling you this right now because I'm in that space. Hiring managers, recruiters, companies, organizations. Elon Musk is a perfect example. Amazon is a perfect example. They're thinking less and less of you having that fancy degree. I mean, I don't even know if I should share this, but I'm not even sure I want my kids to go to college. I'm not even kidding you. Unless it's something like medicine or some specific trade or craft. Anybody that comes to me and says, Professor Nez, I want to go to a business school, even if it's Harvard, I say, why spend $100,000 on a business school when you will learn more just by starting a business, even if you fail? Which most businesses fail. I've failed 1,000,000 times before I've succeeded. The education space, it's going to be everything. Okay, this one might come as a surprise. If you're loving this, I would love it if you could smash that thumbs up and share this out. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is going to come as a big surprise because I know most of you guys are missing the boat on this. Number 8. Number 8. Yep, Jonathan's one of them. Ahmad is one of them. I absolutely love it. Anthony is one of them. Thank you so much, Stella. You're the best. DK4K, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Number 8, You guys are all sleeping on this. Number 8, world-changing idea that can help you boost your income. It's not really new, but number 8 is LinkedIn. Yes, I know that 99% of you, even if you say you have a presence on LinkedIn, you're sleeping on it. Look, when LinkedIn was bought by Microsoft in 2016 for just a cool $26 billion, LinkedIn has never been the same. It's owned by Microsoft. They have become, I know most of us used to think it's just a place you throw your resume up and leave. And LinkedIn's been around for longer than Facebook. I'm telling you right now, LinkedIn is something that you shouldn't sleep on. Number one, it's where the company decision makers play. It's no longer just B2B. It's no longer just B2B. It's really H to H, human to human, B2C, all of the above. It's become a content branding platform. They just announced creator mode, which you can turn on. By the way, if you don't know what that is, I have an entire tutorial on my channel. They've announced cover story. They've announced that they're going all in on hashtags. They're going all in on video content. LinkedIn Live is becoming more widely adopted. Companies and brands are starting to pay more attention to LinkedIn. I've got an entire playlist on my channel. If you're new to LinkedIn, you don't understand LinkedIn, you want to get in on this, remember what I said, guys, early adoption. You need to jump on LinkedIn like today. And go check out my playlist. I have an entire playlist, about 25 videos, all on LinkedIn branding. How to build your profile, how to build content, how to turn on creator mode, what is LinkedIn cover story, how to reach out to people on LinkedIn, everything. How many people are on LinkedIn? Give me a hashtag me. How many people are on LinkedIn? How many people are on LinkedIn? I would love to hear from you. How many people? Okay, we got to get through these last two big ideas, and they're not going to be really much of a surprise, but it's just something that you have to think about, okay? And I saved, I think, some of the best, okay, for last. Number 9 is live streaming. And by the way, being on Clubhouse and being on Twitter Spaces is essentially live streaming. It's just audio without the video. Live streaming is going to be bigger than ever in 2022. YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook are investing billions into live streaming and live streamers. Twitch is big too, but I'm seeing a lot of people migrate. I'm not a big fan of Twitch, I'll be honest with you. I might change my mind. Who knows? I'm allowed to do that. But I really don't think that, I see a lot of people leaving Twitch for YouTube. And so I'm telling you right now, you need to start live streaming. It needs to be a part of your content strategy. If you don't consider yourself a content creator or not, you need to start thinking about live streaming because it's going to be bigger than ever. It's going to be bigger than ever in 2022. And last but not least, number 10, if you're not building a personal brand in 2022, you're missing out on all of the ways that you can leverage the creator economy. Your personal brand is your reputation. Content is the fuel. It is the engine that fuels your personal brand. We talk about TikTok, we talk about NFTs, we talked about the metaverse, we talk about LinkedIn, we talk about social commerce. Nobody is going to want to opt in. Nobody is going to want to subscribe. Nobody is going to want to engage. Nobody is going to want to purchase if they don't know who you are. Personal branding is just another word for modern communications. That's all it is. And it's all happening here in the creator economy, online, in the metaverse. People need to know who you are. Oh, thank you so much, DK4K. DK4K wrote them all out for me. Thank you so much. And actually, I'm going to put that comment up at the very end of the stream. How do you build your personal brand, Nez? Stand for something. Offer something. Know who you're offering it to and be consistent as F. Show up. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Know exactly what kind of message you want to send, and it needs to relate to your objective, your goal. For example, I help career professionals and online business owners grow and scale their business and their brand. All of my content is about that. It's about the creator economy. All of my messaging is about that. Most of my businesses are about that. I have a consulting digital agency that I run with my wife where we help professionals and business owners grow their impact and income online. It starts with messaging. Personal branding is modern communications. I don't care how much talent you have. I don't care how much, you could have the greatest invention on planet Earth. You could be the best at tech. You could be the best at finance. You could be the best at cryptocurrency. You could be the best at cooking. You could be the best at fashion. How would I know if you don't get that across? You need to be able to communicate how you can help people with power, with efficacy. That's what personal branding is. It's just another word for modern communications. Genghis Khan had a personal brand. Julius Caesar had a personal brand. I think it was Jeff Bezos who describes reputation or branding, personal branding, as what people say about you when you're no longer in the room. It's your reputation. If I don't know what you stand for, if I don't know who you are, how am I going to buy anything from you? How am I going to opt into your email list? How am I going to check out your education, check out your crypto, check out your NFTs? How am I going to understand who you are on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? Why would I watch your content? Why would I engage in your content? Personal branding is the last world-changing idea that's as old as time, but it's really all about modern communications. You need to get your message across to your specific audience. I've got a ton of videos on my channel all about this. Good to see you, Artist Saven. Okay, so Patina Medina, I apologize. I said that way too fast. Patina Media has a question. If you have any questions, now's the time, because I'm going to wrap it up in just a few moments. And please, DK4K, post that list again in a second. If you have a business, how do you leverage a personal brand? So your personal brand is essentially the vehicle for your business, because your personal brand is you. You're a part of your business. Your business is not apart from you. So even if you have a business brand, let's say your business brand is Plumbers United or whatever, there's still a face or person. Like, for example, Apple, there's a face behind Apple, right? Steve Jobs. Microsoft, there's a face behind Microsoft. Amazon, there's a face behind Amazon. These are business brands, but the person, people don't do business with buildings. They don't do business with logos. They do business with people. So who's behind the business? That's how you leverage your personal brand. Put yourself out there. Talk about your business. Communicate your business. You can do product demos. It doesn't have to be content necessarily that's how to or just a commercial. Talk about how you can solve problems. Communicate that in a powerful way. That's going to build your awareness. People don't want to do business with you until they first know who you are. Then they need to like you, and they will make that purchasing decision only after those first two. And then number 3, trust. Know, like, trust. It starts with awareness. It starts with consistency. Then it starts with communicating what you're all about. That's personal branding. Great question, Patina Media. Put yourself out there. Who's behind Patina Media? And there's so many different ways to do that. My man DK4K put the entire list out there. We talked about vertical video is going to be huge, even bigger in 2022. TikTok is going to be the #1 social media network in 2022. We talked about the metaverse, blockchain, NFTs, social commerce. Everybody is going to be QVC, Amazon Live, Instagram shopping, Facebook shopping, TikTok shopping. Mental health. People are starving for real world education on this. Motivation. They need it after the pandemic. Remote work is going to get even more, a triple X more in 2022. Education. People are looking for alternate forms of education. LinkedIn. You got to jump on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's becoming more and more for content creators, businesses, and brands, not just B2B. It's H to H, human to human. Live streaming is everything. It's going to be even bigger in 2022. And if you're not building out a powerful message, AKA a personal brand in 2022, it doesn't matter that's why I saved it for number 10. It doesn't matter what you do with the first 9. If I don't know who you are, if I'm not aware of you, and it's not something I can connect with, people like to connect with the businesses and brands and content that they engage with. Live streaming is a great way to build your personal brand, by the way. Patina Media. Yes, exactly. Roger Wakefield, Lewis, plumbing niche. There's plenty of plumbers out there, but Roger has really built his personal brand. We know as Roger Wakefield as that. I'm very proud of my brand new mental health channel. It's called Stop Anxiety with Professor Nez. We just passed over 200 subscribers very recently. I'm very proud of that. We're building more channels, more media companies. I'm so pumped. And so I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. You know, before we go, again, thank you again to StreamYard for sponsoring us. Get your free trial in the description down below. Again, guys, and by the way, with my link, you don't have to put in a credit card. You can literally just go live. So Patina Media, if you haven't, go check out StreamYard. I'm using it right now. It's the best live stream platform on planet Earth. And I'm telling you guys right now, live streaming is a great way to build your personal brand. I want to say this again before we go. I want to say this. Make sure that you look at these. Watch this over and over again. Make sure you look at these through the lens of your own brand and business. How can I leverage the metaverse? How can I leverage social commerce? Do I talk about inspirational mental health? Does that relate to me? How can I implement live streaming? Why does personal branding need to be a key component to who I am? LinkedIn. I'm not on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, you're missing a ton of reach. You're missing a ton of opportunities, especially in 2022. It's going to get even bigger. I was lucky enough to be inducted in the inaugural class of the LinkedIn Creator Program, Accelerator Program, which I have a video on my channel where I show what the swag they sent us. And I talk about their welcome to us. Absolutely huge. Think about your brand and business through that lens. And I promise you, all of these world-changing ideas, if there's not one, but there might be 2 or 3 of them, I promise you it's going to help you in 2022. And I'm going to be right there with you. If you haven't already, I would love it if you could smash that thumbs up right there. And if you haven't become an insider, which is a free newsletter, it takes you 2 seconds. Literally fill that out so you become a Nez Nation insider. I'm your ambassador to the internet, your ambassador to the creator economy, giving you the best info, resources, data-driven, okay, info on how to earn more, grow faster, and stress less. I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. And I am going to be with you guys. We've got a couple more shows before season 5 ends. And then I am going to take a break. We're doing huge giveaways. We're going to do another giveaway coming up in one of the last 2 streams. You don't want to miss that. And we're going to be doing huge giveaways in 2022. So I would highly encourage you to become a Nez Nation insider so you don't miss out on anything. It's just unbelievable, the opportunities that we have. We're so lucky, guys. We're so blessed to have these technologies. We're so blessed that there's so many opportunities in the creator economy. I'm a full-time business owner, content creator. I was able to leave my, slavery to the university system, and I'm doing more. I'm impacting more on a global scale, all from the comfort of my own studio. You can do this too. It doesn't have to be video content, by the way, guys. There's so many ways to skin this cat, and I'm going to bring you the best tried and true resources, information, tools, everything. Make sure you become an insider. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't followed already, make sure you follow. I want to say a big thank you to Wisco Ted. Absolutely. Anthony, Tam, great to see you. Imad, who's a member. Anthony Locke. John Vandervoort, so great to see you. Yes, absolutely. Jonathan, great to see you. Brian, Patina Media, not Patina Medina. I don't know where I got that from. I want to say thank you to Stella. Thank you, so many people. DK4K. Thank you to Toyman. Thank you to Sharkfin Tech. Oh, Margie's here. Notary Socials. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. And I will see you guys on behalf of the entire Nez Nation family. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay tuned. We've got a lot of stuff coming. A lot of stuff coming. Stay tuned. I love you more than you ever know. I appreciate you. Share this out. Get other people cooking on this. And I'll see you guys next week. Love y'all.